So we're here at Eurogamer. I'm with the Layton family. Your boys are just hiding off camera.
They are.
And with Wendy. So I know you say you're not gaming yourself, but how do you choose games to play in your family?
I tend to look to see what the reviews are and see if I can find out what the violence rating and all these things.
Yes.
And also both of my adult daughters play, so I speak to them as well.
So you get some advice from sort of older families?
Very difficult when they can go on all sorts of different platforms and play when you're not around. But
one of the things we're doing at Eurogamer, I'm here with a website called AskAboutGames that's for parents and is raising awareness of the PEGI rating. So it sounds like you already are aware of those.
I've not heard of that website, but I think it's a really good idea because it's quite difficult to actually find out information, and particularly my 14-year-old tells me, oh, everybody plays it, it's perfectly safe. But it's not just the violence, it's things like stuff around gender and sexuality and all of those things in there, so those things worry me.
Well, the PEGI ratings, they take in all of that, and if you turn the box over, as you probably do sometimes, on the back there are different descriptor icons that will be about sexuality, violence, drug references, so you can get a start to get a good idea of what's in the game.
Yeah, the difficulty is what he wants to play, what I think is appropriate is quite different, and it's difficult when you've got children the same age playing that game. So.
Well, one approach that some parents do who read our website is to play with their children. If there's a game that's maybe a bit older, to actually sit down and say, well, let's play it together. And then sometimes the children will, be able to sort of process what's happening a bit better. Do you think that's an option?
For some of them, some of it I find not my thing. I like the fantasy stuff. I don't like the shooting and violence games particularly. The difficulty is with a 14-year-old playing, I've got a 10-year-old who wants to play the same as him as well, so it is quite difficult.
Yeah, and so the final thing on the website is the idea that it has games to suggest. So if we're saying that's a 14 game, you obviously need some games that will maybe be a realistic alternative for a 12-year-old, and so on the site there's some examples of games that have worked for families with, say, 12-year-olds in it.
I think realistic alternatives are great. It's the peer pressure in school.
That's really interesting. Well, thanks for your time.
No problem.
Have a good time at the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.